Alright, y'all, we got a nice little surprise here. We got a care package from one of our fellow content creator friends, JT Leaf and Minerals. Yeah, we'll have his channel linked somewhere. I'm going to open it up and show you guys what we got. Alright, so there's his card. Yeah, JT Leaf, Rock and Mineral. He gave us a nice little message here to Clark's Gemworks, to Friendship. I tailored this package for a stoneworker that does work in cabochons, which we do, so right on. It is labeled Washington, something I personally rockhounded. Nice. Cheers from Jake. So yeah, shout outs to Jake. And we do some of our own rockhounding too, so I love getting to get stuff from someone who gets it out of the ground themselves. We definitely love that. Alright, so first and foremost, we've got some agates here, definitely. Those are going to be interesting to cut. That's going to be something for some videos. We'll get those cut for you because it looks like we got some banding, maybe some color inside. It says Picacho agates, so that's going to be cool. I'm definitely looking forward to cutting these open. Alright, we got some slabs. We got some picture jasper or desert sage jasper from Oregon, Idaho. We got red lightning agate from Mexico. Some places we haven't been to, you know, still trying to get out of the country for some of our hunts. Ooh, and we have cut some of this stuff. This is cotton candy agate, yeah. This stuff looks beautiful when you cut it, so I definitely appreciate him for sending us some cool stuff. Let's see what else we got. Maybe some agate, which is self-collected from Washington. So nice. That's probably going to make some nice cabs if it's not too soft. Seems like it could be jasper, but feels a little bit softer in my opinion. So we have some green stuff as well that's a little softer than you expect it to be. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that comes out. Right, he has what he lists as Quetzal bird agate from Mexico. He says rare. I'm going to have to ask him about that because if it's rare, I might be hesitant to cut it. Maybe people used to like carve it into things, you know, because it definitely has some nice interspersed color patterns. So this says red picante agate from Mexico. So it seems like we got a couple things from this same location, Durango, Mexico. That's something I'll probably have to ask him about too. Getting down south a little bit, you start seeing some nice stuff, even in like Arizona, you know, getting down that way. I was going to say, I could tell what this is before I even read it. This is a piece of petrified wood for sure. It's got that nice, I don't know, a lot of them have like a kind of charcoal black inside, but you can always see these like rings, these tight ring bands. And just the general feel, yeah. Nice piece of petrified wood. Looks like from his local place, so nice. Alright, we've got what says a piece of Picasso jasper, so it's some of that jasper with a whole bunch of streaks going through, but the streaks aren't necessarily like fractures. They're actually, you know, completely mended and will make a really cool, like, you know, pattern of lines all throughout all the slices. So I think we got one more thing to look at so far, so yeah, I'm excited to see what we got. Oh no, we got a big chunk of moss agate. Yeah, for sure. Nice slab. I might even be able to recut that again and get another slab out of it. And then get some cabs, yeah. So that's a nice piece of moss agate from Washington. I have not personally hunted Washington yet, so that's somewhere that I do look forward to getting to eventually. We've done Oregon, like the very bottom of Oregon when I was driving back from San Francisco. But yeah, so this is cool stuff. Definitely some agate here. You know, you can see that in between the moss. And it's all cool stuff. So, you know, definitely thank you to JT Leaf, Rocks and Minerals. And do not forget to go check out his channel as well, because he does have a YouTube of his own. And he also has an Etsy, so, you know, you can go check out what he does. And, you know, just support small content creators. Support small jewelry makers, you know what I mean? Like, to be a small business owner right now, like, it's, you know, you gotta make it work. And you know, there's people chasing their dreams, you know, doing stuff like this, and there's a lot of people who have made it. It feels good, you know what I mean? But some of us are still in those beginning processes where it's a little more I think it's kind of a numbers game, you know. Numbers are perception, and, you know, those of us who are still growing our channels, you know, we know cool stuff, we do cool stuff, And one of the biggest ways that you can support people who are trying to make small businesses is literally just following. Just following my channel or someone like JT Leaf's channel, commenting on our videos, just being a part of our community. It really makes such a big difference, because as those numbers go up, people respect what we're doing more. And then as our community grows, it gives us a bigger chance of, getting what we're doing out there to people. You like what the art that they do. One of the best things you can do is free. It's just support them. Be one of the people who is saying this is something cool that is worth looking at. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's free to help a small business become one of the businesses that makes it. You know what I mean? So we're all trying here. And I definitely appreciate the homie for sending me stuff. I'm going to be sending him a care package as well. And it's just nice, it's a nice thing to do, so I definitely appreciate him for being that type of person who, goes out of their way to make those connections and be willing to do those type of things. So, we want to give back to you guys as well with what we're doing. I think that's kind of the point, right? It's